Here we go, boys and girls. Welcome back to the Jesse Rosinski Show. Want to start off before I get into anything? Just a shout out to Crystal and her family. Sorry for loss of Fiona. I loved her like my own. And, but hey, at least the suffering's over. But everyone, please go out there and, give your fur babies, always make sure you give them as much love and attention and happiness as they truly deserve, because you never know when it's going to come to an end. And I don't even want to think about it any more than that, because I know both of mine are getting up there. But just know that you guys are in my hearts. My prayers. All those fancy things. And she will be missed. Now, let's get on to the left. And Ilhan Omar. Her response to, the crazy person, that's what I'm going to call him, who, ran over two Capitol policemen, hitting with his car, killing one, and then went charging at them, more with a knife. And he got shot dead, which, guess what? You got to run people over and go charging at people with a knife. Sorry, I hate to break it to you, you're getting shot dead. It's just the way it is. Deal with it. You do stupid things, you get stupid prizes. And then the left, of course, there's Ilhan Omar, saying it would have been worse if the suspect had an AR-15 instead of a knife. Like, you don't say. What gave that away, jackwagon? Like, duh. Like, the sun came up today, too. Did you know that? I mean, damn. Shocking stuff there. I mean, but they have to make everything about AR-15s. Let's go back to the last, just a couple weeks. The kid who did have, drug problems, sex addict, parents kicked him out of their house, all kinds of stuff leading up to it. Shot up, 3 massage parlors, killing 8, 6 of which were Asian American women. But he used a pistol, so of course that immediately, the Democrats, the media, the mainstream media, all of them immediately just went to white supremacy. Before they looked into anything, like the second it happened, they found out about it. White supremacy. Had to be it. Couldn't be there was a mass shooting. About the mass shootings that happened in Chicago, the number I gave everyone, 40 at least people in one weekend. Those were pistols. Shocker, didn't hear a word about that. But we did hear about the one in Boulder. Involved this, Syrian immigrant from years ago. Years, been here forever. But we all knew about, that. It happened. There's some coverage, decency, but, didn't like Trump. Hated Trump, actually. Hated his, how he was doing immigration and all that. Had anger issues. Everyone from his wrestling team to his family members said so. Was on the FBI watch list. Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But that had nothing to do with, racism or anything like that. Guess why? Because he used an assault-style weapon. As apparently everything's an assault-style weapon. Like, I bet I could do a lot more damage to this assault-style weapon just bludgeoning someone with it. And actually, by the facts, by the numbers, that's true. But they moved right to the AR-15. Gun control, gun control, gun control. So, of course, this one used a car and a knife. Oh, it would have been a lot worse if he had an AR-15, yeah, but he didn't, and this proves the point. Crazy people are going to use whatever the hell they can get their hands on to do whatever the hell they want to do damage to innocent people that did nothing to them, because they're crazy. Crazy people will do anything, but we had to turn it to, would have been worse if it was an AR-15. And, so, they're not covering that, the suspect was a follower of the Nation of Islam and Louis Farrakhan. And another thing we should say, it's amazing how Facebook literally, even admitted that they went through and scrubbed his page of all that stuff. Because, it spreads hate and goes against the guidelines. You don't want to promote what happened and, well, where the hell were you when he was following all this stuff and sharing it and all that? It's not like it's not out there for everyone to see. It's amazing, though. They jump right in there to get rid of that. No matter if you don't know who Louis Farrakhan is or the Nation of Islam, it's an alleged religious organization, but I guess there's religion based in it. Just like the Branch Davidians, they also religious cult. Jim Jones, there was a legend in there until it turned, crazy. Kool-Aid and everything else that was going on with that. But, so I'll give him that. But it's a religious organization that believes that, the black race is superior to the white race. I mean, he's very open and blunt about that, Farrakhan. He's anti-Semitic. Like, he's terrible with it, and says all kinds of terrible things about Jewish people and everything as a whole. And he's anti-LGBTQ. Amazing. There's all that hate, and it was all on there, so they had to go through and scrub. Like, why the hell are you letting it on there in the first place? If you could fact check people, I've seen it as they're typing their post, you're already fact checking them before they even publish their thing and post it, then how is this stuff still on there altogether if you guys are paying attention to this stuff so much? Like, I know a friend just yesterday that commented on a post, said, stupid men, and that got hit by Facebook, and no one could see his comment except for him. Like, but this stuff, about him spreading all this hate, was still on there. Like, one of you can enlighten me where the hell that makes a lick of sense. And even my friends on the left, none of you, not one of you, can tell me where that makes a lick of sense. Want to know why? Because it doesn't make a lick of sense. Oh no! It doesn't. At all. Like, but again, Capitol Police gets dead, another one injured. And they have to go straight to, well, if there's an AR-15. They can't go with, like, this guy was, a follower of this, and we shouldn't be spewing hate and violence and vitriol towards anyone. Yeah, and that's what the problem is, because he just spews hate, and then this, all racist groups, all, like, everyone, like, no matter who they hate, blacks, whites, Asians, it doesn't matter, all groups of hate, like gangs, the Ayatollah, all these people, all spread just nothing but hate. The mainstream media have been spreading that you should hate Donald Trump and all of his followers for, 5 years now? Plus? And they're still on him. He's not even in office, and they're still on him more than Biden. Like, that should tell you it. But we have a hate problem. And all this hate keeps getting perpetrated all across the board, but you only hear about certain types of it. And there's stuff like Farrakhan, the Ayatollah, all these people that still have their social media stuff talking about, death to Israel. Now they want, death to America, saying all kinds of just terrible, that Jews are worse than, cockroaches on the planet. Like, all this hateful stuff, and all these people still have their things. They're still allowed to spew their hate. Which is why we have all these problems. That's all anyone seems to spew anymore, is hate. And it just keeps going in a vicious circle, which is why it keeps getting worse, and nothing seems to ever get better. Because we don't ever do anything. It's amazing how quickly they shut down, like, how quick? What was it? Amazon kicked them off the servers, Google, Apple, like all of them, kicked them right off like that because they were spreading hate. But look at all the stuff that gets spread on Facebook. Nothing. Look at all these kiddie porn rings and stuff that they're, we have to fight it, we have to fight it, we have to fight it. Like, if you know the site, you know what server they're on, guess what? You could kill it. Just like that. Just like that. If you could take Parler off the snap of the finger, that means you have the servers, you have the websites that they're posting all the stuff on. Everything needs a server. So they cut that off. Don't see them doing that. Or any of these people. But they went right through again and scrubbed his page of any of that stuff from Farrakhan and any of that other stuff they promoted. Like, we don't have a gun problem. We have a hate problem. And a lying, hypocritical, useless person problem from the media, the left, like some people on the right, like people as a whole. But the mainstream media has been, pushing nothing but hate and vitriol. I mean, look all the way from, like, people that America used to love, like Katie Couric, all the way up the board. Hell, Whoopi Goldberg's on that list. And look at all the crazy from everyone. Just pushing nothing but, Trump supporters are all racist Klansmen. Their pitchforks and their torches ready to lynch people. And all that stuff. And that he's this, that, and the other thing. Like, he never denounced white supremacy. Well, actually, he did repeatedly, and made the Klan a terrorist organization last time I checked. At least it was in a bill, which no one else did. Like, we have a hate problem, though. And we need to figure a way to get rid of all of that. It's not a gun problem for the lefties. All of this is caused by hate. The only reason you go out and kill anybody, or attempt to kill anybody, that's a level of hate. We have a hate problem. We need to stop pushing the agenda of hate. But we're not. And the problem's going to keep getting worse. But hell, can't say I didn't warn you. Can't say most of us didn't see it coming. Can't say most of us don't know it's happening. So I'm just one of the few, I guess, unbiased people out there. No, it's coming from all across the board, and everyone just needs to hold all of them accountable and get rid of all hate. Stop being so offended by everything, which causes more hate and vitriol, and just, can we go back to what we were? There are certain things, yes, that are faux pas and should be eradicated, but, damn. Damn, 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 damn. And another damn goes to same city. Seems to happen a lot there. The 66-year-old Uber driver, Muhammad Anwar, that I brought up last week, because he got 3 seconds of airtime on the mainstream media, that killed by a 13 and 15-year-old girl, used a taser on him, taser, stun gun, whatever phrase, threw him out of his car, left him in the road, then drove off in his car, and later ended up flipping the vehicle. From all the reports that I saw, just gloriously the 13, 15-year-olds out doing that. There's not a hate and discipline problem in this country. No. There's no. It's just white supremacy. It's our only problem. It's not all across the board. It's just white people. If you watch the news, at least. But that happened, and they made it to their second court date, the two of them. And here's a little update on that. They might get plea deals, which I'll get into that here at the end, which is just something that just grinds me to no end. But the 13-year-old cannot, by the laws there, be moved up to an adult court. So, 13 years old, I get that. The 15-year-old, right now, from the DA, who's doing it they haven't said that they're not going to push her to the adult courts at 15. But they can. It just doesn't doesn't seem like they're going to at this point. But it could still happen. I think they said the next day or two they hope to have the plea deals, all hashed out and signed off on, set in stone. So there's that. That is progress, I guess. But so far, from what everything we've seen, that the two teens have pled not involved, which is there's different languages between adult and juvenile things, but I don't know why we have to have a different language for everything, different wording, but it is what it is. But they pled not involved, which is the juvenile equivalent to not guilty. Obviously not. But which is just mesmerizing as it's even on video of them doing it. I don't know what the how. You got them on camera doing it, and they pled not guilty. Granted, that's everyone does. That's what your defense attorney is going to tell you to do. But it's on camera. It's going to be you see that? That's you. Yeah. Piss. How are you going to get around that one? But that's what they pled, and they did that because right now they're still in the juvenile courts, obviously. But because the juvenile courts, obviously, they're for rehabilitation. And fix the problem and to fix them, which we have seen cases. There's a Netflix special, I can't remember her name, but it worked. You can fix people. It's for rehabbing and not punishing. I'm not sure that should qualify under murder. Once you kill a person, you killed a person and stole their car. Well, that's a lot of felonies right there. Sorry. Murder should be an exception, in my opinion, to that. Sorry. You deserve to get more than rehabbed for killing a person. You need a punishment. You need both involved in that. You need to get punished and fixed. Or at least they attempt to fix you. There's some people you can't fix. We all get that. We all know that. But if they are found, responsible, and the trial's all done, and if they get to that stage, if they're found responsible, which is the equivalent of guilty, they could be held in a juvie facility only up to the day they turn 21. Even in a murder case. So a 13 and 15-year-old, 15, by the time this is all said and done, probably, before she even gets in there, but no matter what, she's 15 now, that's less than 6 years she would do. And that's if they don't release them early, which is actually a possibility. If they feel like they've been rehabbed and they're fixed before that, they can get released before 21 if they get sent there for murder. Like, she could be out in under 6 years for murder. Well, I'm sorry, I don't care how old you are. You shouldn't just get right back out in those situations. To me, I could be wrong. Been wrong before, but it's murder, people. And the best part is some of the possibilities for, in the plea agreements, like the possible, like even like at this, like even, I don't care their age, anything, don't give a damn. The possibility, like that there's house arrest or probation only for killing a guy and joyriding his car and flipping it. Home detention or probation for murder. Sorry. There's just something about that sounds absolutely dumb, stupid, reprehensible. We'll stick with dumb. Yeah, we'll stick with that. So you can kill somebody in your teens, as young as they are, and you're still possible to only have to deal with house arrest for it? Or killing someone. Like, there's people that did more time, like, inside for, like, weed charges. And, yeah, with all the stuff weed's good for, I think that's, if you're lacing it with, like, fentanyl or something, yeah, sure. But, like, just having a dime bag on it, there's people that have done more time for that. There's people that can do more time with these new gun laws and bills are trying to pass through for having, like, not telling people, like, the government the amount of ammunition you have if you get caught, or not storing a weapon exactly where you said it is, like, you do more time than they could for murder. I mean, I don't think I'm the only one. Sure hope I'm not the only one. But if you think that sounds right, can you do me a favor and just go away? Go very, very, very far away. To a land eons away, galaxies away, because it's murder. I don't care what age you are. Sorry, you should probation or home, like detention, aka house arrest, should never be an option at all in murder. Like, I'm sorry, call me crazy for that, but that's about the most ridiculous thing I've heard all day. Thankfully, it's still very early in the morning, which means I will hear something more ridiculous by the end of the day. And I didn't even hear it today, but here I am saying it again. Like, that's ridiculous. But that's what we have so far. See where it all goes from here. Again, they said another couple days they should have more, the plea deals if they come up with them or anything like that. So we'll see how that goes. I'll keep getting into it. The more comes out, I'll peel away layers of the onion to keep it going. But that's just, the whole story is just tragic and ridiculous all at the same time. If we're going to talk about ridiculous, here comes the last part. I know I'm long-winded today, but people I saw sharing this, this has happened like for forever now, but from rawstory.com. I didn't even know it was a real thing. But literally 3 stories. 3. They ran 3. The same picture, the same headline for you to click on, the same words. They just switched, like, who they did it to. Everything else was, like, pretty much exactly the same thing. And, of course, they all involved Trump. But, scamming people when they made donations and apparently automatically clicking the recurring payment box. And people didn't know, so they were getting scammed out of money in recurring payments every month. Like, I was on the websites. Lots of people, tens of, how many people voted? Allegedly, I'd guarantee over 100 million of them are making donations on these sites. But of course they have to go on to Trump, and the story literally, the first one I saw said there was only 10 people. So the tens of millions that donated to him, 10 allegedly got scammed. Like, I'm just going to say, like, I've been on websites for a lot of things to support a lot of things. Like, they ask you many times, are you sure you don't want to give us money every month? And like, yeah, I'm good. But tens of millions that did it, they found 10. And then saw the story a second time. So I thought it was crazy. I was like, why would people like, is it the same story? Like, why would they do it? Same picture, same headline. So you click it again, and this time it was about him scamming a hospice nurse, but in the same exact way. Like, if it was different things, it'd be different stories. It wouldn't be like verbatim, same picture, same headline, same everything. They just switched, like, 3 sentences. If that. Sorry, I only made it that far. So, like, 2 paragraphs. But, like, this is the same exact. Okay. Then, again, there was another one. Except this time, same picture again. Same headline. Same site. A story about him gypping one of his former staff members. I don't remember which staff member it was. But out of, like, a $132 McDonald's bill and making him pay it. Like, if that's what you guys are stretching for and reaching for, to keep pushing this, hate and agenda and everything, like, he stiffed a guy, one of his staffers, on a McDonald's bill. Yeah, people eat it up. It's the media as a whole. Look how long they've been lying and spreading stuff like we're all Klansmen, we're all racist, we're all uneducated idiots that just hold on to their guns and Bibles because that's all we have. We don't have any brains, we're just sheeple. Which is sheep plus people put together. In case you didn't know, and if so, good on you for not being so stuck in all this stupid. But people going after him for the Stormy thing, the Russia thing, where people were literally in front of the cameras, doing before they go in and testify, saying, "Yeah, we got all kinds of evidence against him," and then when it comes time to testify, raise his right hand, take under oath. Yeah, we got nothing. Be at the media and all, like, the people that were going on these liberal mainstream media shows, we're all pushing, we got him, and then going under oath saying we don't got him. They push that. They push stuff about his supporters, his family, like, they just keep pushing, and it's all the people that keep listening to it, following along. Like, they post stuff, believe it or not, there's a lot of unbiased information and sites out there where you can find this stuff. Or when they push stuff about bills and they say, this thing's completely racist. This is Jim Crow on steroids. It's Jim Eagle. Like, go and read it. No, it really isn't. Like, at all. I'm sorry. There's more drop boxes, more early voting days, signature verification, voter ID. I mean, none of these things are that. What's wrong with verifying and make sure everyone is who they say they are before we vote? You need an ID to do everything else. Get over it. But yet there's people that keep just listening to it, don't actually look up anything or read the damn bill. Trust me, that voting bill is not that long compared to, like, anything else that comes out of anywhere. They were nice. I think it's like 66 pages. They did you a favor on this one. Unlike anything coming out of the House or the Senate, stimulus packages was like 3 million pages long. This one's really short. And if you got an hour to read and write stuff down, it's there. The people just keep listening to whatever the media and the Obamas and the Bidens and all of them tell them to believe, and they don't actually read the damn thing and make up their own minds. And that goes back to the first thing. We have a hate problem and an idiot problem, and an ignorance problem. And people have just been so programmed to hate him and the right and to believe that they're all just racist scumbags that they just go with it regardless of what the facts say or anything. And that's why we're in the situation that we're in right now, and why it's not going to get any better unless people, snap out of it and start realizing that this stuff is all just BS. And that's all it is, but they just keep feeding right into it. Like, hold them accountable. It's not that hard to figure this stuff out. Once we start holding the people spreading all the BS accountable, and the politicians, the media with their anonymous sources where they come up with all this crap because it's all the anonymous source and they can say whatever the hell they want, but it's an anonymous source. So they can just come up with it, put it out there, say anonymous source, and then everyone, boom, and everyone just runs to the talking points and makes it national news out of nothing. Like, we're the ones that have to fix this problem. And the media as a whole is just garbage, and, it's like that. And people fell for it. Like, that's the part that pissed me off. 3 different stories, the same headline, the same picture, the same story, except for 3 sentences. Yet everyone just eats it up. Like, scumbag. Like, if you can't, look at that and go, yeah, they're probably full of something there, then, you know what, I don't know. Sit down, have a conversation with me. I'll try to help with whatever's going on inside your head to make you think that way. I really will. But I mean, that's blatant, obvious, just middle fingers and red flags, and people just keep eating it up like it's not like, for the love of God, whether you like it or not. Read the stuff yourself. You'd be surprised how much better you feel then when you don't fall into it. You just read it. And then people can get mad at you and you're saying, no, really, this is in it, but hell, if they never read it, you just sit there and look at them while they're getting mad at you. Try not to yell back when you actually know the facts, but just read the thing, then get back to me. That's all you have to say, and it's over. But yeah, that just helps spread the hate and the propaganda and all the stupid, which caused, yeah, again, the whole problem with there, yeah, the incident and in D.C. and Boulder, and Chicago, Atlanta, and all that. The Uber Eats driver, yeah, Muhammad Anwar, that caused that. That's just hate and stupid and all that. And then that, like, it's just continuous all the time. And they aren't gonna fix it. The only people that can fix it are us, like as the American people. So we gotta figure that one out, and we gotta figure that one out real fast because we're getting to a very, very volatile boiling point where bad things are happening all the time, and I'm kind of over it. Like, we're dividing the hell out of ourselves. But like, there's just listening to the mainstream media, like AOC and Pelosi especially. But yeah, like just learn what a real source is. Look up stuff yourself, and you'd be surprised how much less hostile you'll be towards everything as a whole. But with that being said, I appreciate the time. Again, videos are on Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. The audio shows are on. Yeah, it's a separate one. I record it before, the videos, but for sponsors and stuff. But that's on Anchor, Spotify, Breaker, Public Radio, Pocket Casts, and Google Podcasts. All under the same name of the Jesse Rosinsky Show. You can just, even if you only listen to it on one or watch it, you can go along and follow it on all of those. Help get me farther up the list, get more sponsors. So yeah, you can do bigger shows, better shows, bring more people on, better equipment, all that stuff. But there's even the recurring payment thing. As we're on recurring payment story, there is a way you can set support through the Anchor site. If you go to Spotify and click on the more, there is the link to go, and it'll send you to Anchor to have you do that. Set that up and hook me up. But I appreciate you giving me the time of day. Be nice to your, go give your fur baby some extra hugs because you never know when it's going to be over. Be nice to each other. Like, share, comment, tell me what you think. Tell me if you want to be on here and talk about something. I appreciate you guys giving me the time and any time out of any day of your life because a lot going on. So I appreciate that all. And until tomorrow, my friends, peace.